be happier for this group. Obviously, it's been a very difficult, tough year. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of tough games. We played 19 games in this league. Every one of them was, just as difficult as it could be. I think that, obviously when there's so much doubt, I think that a lot of negativity, that for these guys to overcome all that, I thought that I held hope that our road win at Duke and the Texas A&M Connecticut games and beating 5 teams in the top 30 would play out. And I think once we started seeing some of the teams get in that only had 2 wins against the top 50 or top 75, I thought we did have a chance then. But it's still, I'm so happy for this team, and with everything that's happened this season, last season, this season, for Mike and Trevor to get back to the tournament is just crucial. It's just great. Couldn't be happier for them. Their leadership this year, when we struggled, was really tremendous. I think we got into this tournament based on the start of the year, going to Atlantis and winning that tournament. I think 5 of the teams from that tournament are in the field. It might even be 6, but I know it's probably 5. Could be 6. I can't think of them all right now. Texas A&M, Connecticut, Michigan, Gonzaga, Texas, and 6 teams from that tournament. My son, he's pretty smart. He said yesterday, well, 6 teams are in and you won the tournament, so you should get in. But, so it's, I'm really happy for these guys, and just get ready to go out there and take that support.
Did you have any conversations with anybody about they take into consideration the fact that you were out? Do you have any idea how that played out?
No. But as I look at it now, they had nothing to do with it. We won 5 games against the top 30 teams in the country, 40, whatever, pretty right in that area someplace. And the teams that got in ahead of us didn't win as many. So once I saw that, I thought, we've got a pretty good chance here to get in. So I don't think that played in. I'm sure they thought about it, talked about it, but I don't think in the end of the day that mattered. I don't know for sure. That's my opinion.
Did you do much watching of games over the last few days to see and cheer for certain teams or hope certain teams would win?
No, not really. As it turns out, it didn't matter.
You were.
It didn't matter. I think we were in.
The NCAA leaked the bracket halfway through when it turned out being ready. Did you guys know that, or did that circulate?
Somebody told me that, but I didn't really. I don't know if I believed it.
I know
if that's ever happened before.
I know throughout the season you try to watch different games around the country, whatnot. Have you had a chance to watch Dayton on TV yet this
They
season?
played probably 7 or 8 times this
Okay.
year. They're the same as the team that beat us a few years ago. They're very good. They don't come after you. Really, really good basketball team.
You said that you feel like you got in based on the early part of the season, especially
Well, I
the
think
Atlantis. So how do you feel about the way the team's playing right now?
I thought we played well. I don't think playing-wise, I think we played well. I think we played our best game against Pittsburgh in the 3 games we played. We made, have the ball and have a chance to win the game. At North Carolina, we're 2 points down. North Carolina beat everybody. They beat Miami at home by 25. They beat Pittsburgh at home by 25. We're 2 points down with 40 seconds to go at North Carolina. We're tied at Louisville late. We're at Florida State in a 2-point game. So I think we played. I think we're playing fine. I think we're ready to go to the tournament and play well. We've had a couple really good days of practice. We practiced Thursday We came back on Friday just to keep going and practice again today, and really as good a practice as we've had all year, I think.
There's two ACC teams on the one line. You know, how does it, I think it helped you that the league was fairly well thought of?
Well, I think the Pac-10 really was well thought of, getting Oregon and getting Cal such a high seed, you know, with 10 losses. And I mean, I think the Pac-10 was pretty well thought of in this thing. I haven't analyzed it, but it looks to me like you know, our conference, the Big 12, the Pac-10 are well represented from what it looks like.
If there was any head scratcher or team that got left out, it might have been St. Bonaventure, and you played them earlier this season. Were you surprised?
I think they're a good team. I think they're a very good team. I think, and they did a great job with their RPI. They figured out how to do the RPI thing. Now, they don't play any high teams over a couple hundred, and that helped them. I think that, you know, I haven't looked at it, but I don't know if they beat anybody outside their conference. I think that's something that you gotta, in the past when we didn't get in, we didn't beat anybody outside our conference. You know, that's something that I think you have to do if you're, you know, in jeopardy. And I don't know who else didn't get in. I honestly, I haven't looked at that. But I think Boeheim is a good team, for sure.
You sort of mentioned that you were happy that this team got in, and you mentioned about Mike and Trevor getting back. Is that, are you alluding to like last year when the whole team?
Well, we wouldn't have gotten in probably anyway, but we didn't get in for whatever reason. We weren't there last year, sort of missed it last year. I think, although Trevor's gotten the opportunity to go a couple times, Mike's been once, but yeah, I think I feel good for those two guys to be able to go back to the tournament. Yeah, I think it's a great thing. And I think too, there's been a couple years that I thought we were going to get in and we didn't get in. Those are crushing years when that happens. This year I wasn't quite as optimistic probably, so I'm happy. I wouldn't have been crushed quite as much as a couple years.
Why that? Why were you not as optimistic this year?
You know, I don't know. I just think I'm not sure. I just wasn't. But you know, I didn't really look at it. I really didn't. Like I mean, I knew that we had more wins, good wins, than some of the teams that got in today. So as the thing was unfolding, and I'm seeing all those teams get in, I'm thinking, well, you know, now I think we should get in. And again, like, I don't know the teams that are left out yet. I mean, it could have been possible the committee would have taken teams with 25, 26 wins and left some of the teams, you know, like us out, but it didn't turn out that way. Again, I haven't seen enough. I don't know enough about who's not in. But again, I wasn't optimistic until those boards started, early start to the thing. But it's, you sure don't want a 2-hour selection show when you're not sure, that's for sure. That's not something you look forward to in this thing. But I'm happy for the whole team. I just think they overcame a lot. And, we did play, I thought we played well all year. We really put a streak together when we had to go down and Wake Forest and Duke and then come home and win those games. You know, it's easy to let one or two of those home games slip away. And I think if we had lost to Georgia Tech or Virginia Tech, which was a real possibility, I don't think we'd be in the tournament. I think as much as you'd like to get, you wouldn't, 9-9 is still okay in this league. 8-10, we wouldn't have gotten in. So I'll remember coming from 7 down with 1:22 to go against Virginia Tech and winning that game, and Georgia Tech having a chance to tie or win. at the end of regulation, and Duke having a chance to win at the end. Those were all, every one of those games we had to win to get into the tournament. It's great to, these guys were able to pull that off and get that done. Like I said, I couldn't be happier. I'm happier now that I have never been on selection Sunday.